Hey there, Freedom Hackers, Roger DeVoe. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes behind. I just got home, just got in the door. I thought I'd be home sooner, but I got a message on my phone when I was on my way home that motivated me to do this for you, and I just wanted to do it while it was top of mind. I also wanted to test something. And a lot of you may have seen the video where I showed you how you can broadcast live to a Facebook group. And that's through using Hangouts like this and sharing the link. What I wanted to try today was to see if I could make a post and be able to have that people save that post by commenting on it, and then take the link of the Hangout, edit the post, and embed the video in it. And because I made a plain post, I was hoping that it would change itself to a video post and put the preview of my YouTube link there. So if that doesn't make sense to you, I'm actually going to share my screen with you and show you Facebook to show you what I'm talking about. So you'll see on my picture here, this is the post that I wanted to go live on. And so what I'm going to do is tag people. So what I wanted to happen was this preview was supposed to go live, hopefully, where you see this link. But once you make a post in Facebook, apparently they won't let you change it. So what you have to do, if you want to be able to do this, so the strategy behind it was I made a post telling people I'm going to teach you what the 3 steps to connecting with experts and influencers was. And I posted it here in the group, and then I wanted it to go live. What I have to do next time is go into Hangouts first, and then from Hangouts, I have to make the video ahead of time. So let's say I made this post about 20 minutes ago. I would have to make the post about the Hangouts ahead of time. And then from there, let me just share my screen so you can see the Hangouts. Here we go. Back to you. And then once I've made the post and I've made the Hangout, I can make the post with the link. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll post in the comments how you can use a Hangout to broadcast live to Facebook. It's pretty cool. So what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to play with ideas and just try to play with different methods and ways that you could actually use this to better build your business. You can post into groups. You can broadcast live into your own personal groups or challenges or whatever it is. But as you can see, it's not perfect. So what I'm going to do, ignore all of that. I'll post a link in the chat so you can see how to live stream yourself. I'll keep posting updates as I test it and see how it goes. But of course, I'm not perfect at it yet because I only just learned about it myself. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is just talk to you about what the 3 simple steps are for you to reach out and connect with experts in your field. Because I've been getting a bunch of emails recently from people who are doing this completely wrong. I have people reaching out, and I saw a post earlier, someone said the same thing. She was getting invited, sorry, I don't remember who it was, getting invites to telesummits, and it was the same cookie cutter, copy paste approach. And when you're reaching out to people, and reaching out to experts can be a huge strategy to grow your business, whether that's because you want to just build relationships and learn from them, or maybe you want to have them promote a product or a service that you're putting together, or maybe you actually want to have them help you. So whatever the reason is, it's a huge way. I've catapulted my business through making relationships and building relationships with experts. And so I get that a lot of people are excited to do it, and you might be excited to do it in your business because of all of the benefits that you can get from doing it. Just the credibility of having your face with them, reaching their list, or really even just having them help you build a product. It's huge. And that's been a big part of my business in the past. My main business has been taking experts, partnering with them, and building products together. So reaching out and connecting to experts is something that I love doing, and it's something that I know something about. I've used it to great success in my business, and you can too. But please, if you're looking at the 3 steps that I'm about to share with you, and you're trying to think of it as a way to maybe catapult or a trick to get help from these people to get into their list, then this isn't from you. Because the short truth of it is that you need to build relationships. That's it. No fancy crafted email or perfectly put together landing page that you're sending them to or a video you shoot is going to replace the power of truly connecting and building a relationship with these people. But that being said, I have good news. A lot of people feel like experts or influencers just because they're at a different level than you and they're maybe more successful than you are. People feel like they're untouchable. And I just want to say this. If there's one thing I've learned in the years doing this, it's that any expert you're looking at, they're just a person too. They're just your regular person. They've just maybe been doing this longer or they found a special way to do it better, but they're a regular person. So they are approachable, but you have to do it in the right way. So what I'm going to show you is basically like a cheat sheet that I've used for myself. It's the 3 steps that I've used to still build connections and build real relationships with influencers, but do it in an extremely short and quick period of time. Like I'm not talking build a relationship over months. I'm talking you could do this properly over a period of days. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but also to not get rejection. See, the problem with a lot of the training out there that's teaching people to reach out to experts is that it's set up in a way where you're pushing for a yes or a no answer. And the problem with that is the expert or influencer you're reaching out to might not be in a position to help you right now, but they may know other experts or influencers who are, or they might be themselves in the future. So if you reach out in a spammy way where you're just trying to close them and get them to help you with a project, you risk turning them off. And you risk never being able to go back and build a relationship with them in the future. So I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get into what the 3 steps are. Now, the first step, and this is by far the most crucial. If you just do this first step, forget anything else. If you just do what I'm about to show you, you can't mess up. You will still be better off than 95% of the other people who are trying to reach out and connect to that same expert that you are. So let me show you this quote that I love, right? Mark Twain, I'm gonna come back to here. I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. Okay, I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. And guess what? Mark Twain is not alone in this. We're all like this. Oprah says the #1 question people ask her, and she interviews the top experts in the world and the top brains in the world. The #1 question that Oprah gets after she does an interview with someone is they ask, how did I do? People want to know. If someone's an expert, chances are you're reaching out to them because they give value, because they teach a certain subject, because they're transforming people's lives. And so no matter what level they're at, they always want to know that what they're doing is being of value to people and what they're doing is serving people. So a real cool thing you can do to stand out from 95% of people and to help you build a relationship with those experts is simply this: compliment them. I don't mean like send them roses and say, hey, you look pretty. This is what I mean. Find the expert you want to connect with. Let's say you're doing a summit and you want a certain expert to speak on your summit. Here's what you do. Go find an interview that expert recently did. Find a blog post that expert recently did. Maybe find, if they've just wrote a book or maybe just launched a book, or if you own one of their books, go through it. Find a piece of content that expert has created. And then what I want you to do is find a specific thing within it that spoke to you. And now already I know some people are being like, well, but I want to talk to 80 experts. That's going to take forever. Yes, it's going to take some time, but it will work and it's worth it. So if going to find a specific blog post or a podcast to an expert you want to connect with sounds like too much work, stop watching this now and don't bother, because you're looking at it in the wrong way. You shouldn't be looking at it as work. Frankly, because you're reaching out to this expert, I hope there's already some kind of content that they've put out that you liked, that got you attracted to them in the first place. So here's what you do. Here's how you get past 95% of the gatekeepers out there. And here's how you can almost get a response every single time you send an email. Find that piece of content that you like, send the expert an email, and title it simply. Let's say it was a blog post on a certain subject that you liked. You just title the email, "This blog post on blank," whatever it was the best thing I read all day, right? Or your interview with blank on their podcast changed the way I look at this topic. Whatever it is, okay? But that's the subject of your email. Not, do you want to do a speaking gig or a summit for you, or hey, do you want help, or whatever topic subject lines that you're told to give people. Don't do that. What I want you to do is just that. Send an email where the subject line is whatever piece of content changed my life. I promise you that there is no better chance of getting your email opened by an expert than having a line like that, than having a subject line that tells them that what they did was awesome. And the reason for that, give me 1 second here. So another thing that I'm testing out, by the way, is a new camera setup I have, but let's ignore that for a second and I'll come back to you here. So if you just send an email with a subject line, "Hey, this thing was awesome," I can almost guarantee you that the expert's going to open it. And if the expert has a gatekeeper watching their email, so maybe they're not the one who personally opens their email, here's what happened to me probably 8 out of 10 times, is that gatekeeper responded to me and said, "Hey, Roger, my name is blank, and I actually monitor all the email for this person. But thank you so much for the reply. We love hearing about it, and I'm going to forward your message on to them right away." Or a response I've gotten was, "Instead, you can send it to them here." And they gave me the correct email. So think of the power of that. They gave me the email that I needed to actually communicate directly with this expert. Now, to me, that's huge. That's such a valuable thing, because you could do so much with that. You now have an email that most people never get, all because you sent an email with the subject line saying, "Hey, your blog post changed my life." And here's what the body of your email is, by the way. Exact same thing, but a little more in depth. "Hey, so-and-so, just watched your podcast with so-and-so, and I loved the way you explained this. I think it was awesome. Thank you so much. Keep doing what you do. You rock." Obviously, use your words, but that's it. People ask me all the time for the script. What's the script for this email? And most of the time, I don't give it. Sometimes I'll give you an example of one I send, but that's it. That's your script. It's all personal. There's nothing to copy paste. It's genuine. Send an email. Tell them how much you love them. That's it. Don't ask for anything. Don't be like, "Well, in my business, I also teach people this," and it, like where it feels like you're trying to tell them about your business in a sneaky way. Don't do any of that. Just send an email complimenting them, telling them they are awesome. You'll be amazed. Honestly, 8 out of 10 times I receive a reply directly from the expert through doing this, either because they got the email or it was forwarded to them. It's hugely powerful. And if you do nothing else but this, you will already be way ahead of the game. You'll be ahead of most people who are trying to get their attention, because their inbox is flooded with people asking them stuff for every day. This is how you stand out. Here's my second man of the hour. Another one of my favorites is Albert Einstein. And he says, "Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value." Now, this is a huge quote for me. This is step 2, okay, where a lot of people drop the ball, even if they do step 1 right, and they just reach out, they build that touch point, they build that connection, they start to build a little bit of a relationship. Here's where most people drop the ball, is they then go in, hey, I'm doing a summit, here's blah, 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 and they just kind of puke out their offer for the speaker. Or, hey, I'm doing this product. Can you email for me? I think you would love it. Whatever it is, I think we should work together. Don't do that yet. Step 2 is this: be of service or be of value to this person first. They don't know you. They don't know anything about you. And they definitely don't owe you anything. So here's what you do. You just sent them that first email. Chances are you'll get a reply back. If you don't, maybe 2 days later, send another compliment email and see. You're going to get a reply back eventually. When they reply to you, here's what you do. Reply to that exact same email. And by the way, there have been experts where I could not find their email at all, and I actually just messaged them on Facebook, this exact same strategy, and it worked. I don't suggest that's the way you approach this, but just know that it does work if you have to. So what I want you to do when they reply and they say, usually it's going to be, hey, thanks, man. That's it. Or glad you liked it. Or, cool. I've never gotten more than a couple sentences, but usually it's a quick response. But when they reply to you, you're going to reply back to that email and say this: go to that person's website and find out what they're promoting. Either something that they've recently just launched that they're promoting, and it's easy to tell. Usually sign up to their email list. You'll see what they're promoting. Or if you don't want to sign up to their email list, just look at what what services they're promoting in their Facebook or on their website. And basically, all you're going to do is find out the main thing they're trying to promote. So let's say this expert has a book launch coming up or a product launch. Let's say it was Kimra you're reaching out to, and you see she's doing the B2U brand course launch, right? So that's obviously what she's promoting. So what you would do is reply to this email and say, hey, listen, I think your message is awesome, and what you're doing can transform lives. So I want to send people your way. I noticed that you're launching this course and promoting it. Should I send my people to, and then I would post a link to the main sales page for her program, let's say, or is there somewhere else I should send them? That's your whole email. This isn't complicated. And so don't get overwhelmed by this process. It is that simple. So what you've done is you've complimented, they replied, and then you've sent back. Here's the one thing that every person wants. I don't care what level of success they're at. They want to help more people. They want to get their message in front of more people. So what you've just done in step 2, by being valuable to them, you've responded to them saying, hey, I want to send my people to you. It doesn't matter if you only have 6 followers on Facebook or 10 people on your email list. Doesn't matter, because first of all, they're not going to take the time to check of how many people you have in most cases. And second, that's not the point. Doesn't matter if you have a lot of followers or not. The point is you're telling them, I want to put my people in front of you because I believe in your message. You're now proving to them that the first email you sent wasn't just bull. You weren't just sending it to try to get something from them. You genuinely meant it. Now you're following up and you're saying you want to help them and send people their way, and you've never asked for anything. You just separated yourself from, I guarantee, 95% of the emails in their inbox. No one else is trying to help them. Everybody else is asking for something. Everybody else is trying to get something from these people. You're different. You're offering value. Instantly, you stand out. So they're going to respond and either say, yeah, that's awesome. Send them there. Cool, thanks. I appreciate your support. Or I've gotten in some cases, you know what? Don't send them right there. Why don't instead you just send them to this? It's my main page. They can download, and it gives them the best introduction to me. Perfect. That's it. You just respond, will do, thanks again, awesome. This could have all happened in the exact same day. Sometimes it happens over the period of a day because it maybe takes them a bit of time to get back to you, whatever it is. But it's that simple. You've now separated yourself from almost everyone else who's communicating with that expert, and you've really built a foundation to start building a relationship with them. You've really, I mean, they don't have people trying to help them. They've always got people asking them for something. So you've separated yourself by doing this. And that leads you into step 3. I'll usually do it within 24 hours. So let's say it was nighttime that they finally got back and I did this value. I'll wait till the next day. If it was early morning, maybe I'll wait till the afternoon. I don't want to let too much time go by because you want to keep it hot. But here's the thing. Let's say you want to ever connect with this expert down the road again. You just go back, find this thread and reply to it again, and they'll remember that you complimented them. So it's huge for that. But here you go. Here's step 3. Now is where you ask them for what you want from them. But there's a catch. You have to be extremely specific. By the way, if you can't tell by now, the theme of these 3 steps is being specific, right? You've got to be specific. Tell them exactly why you're talking to them and what you want from them. So let's say I've got a summit coming up, and let's say it was Kimra that I was approaching to ask to get on this summit. So I've already responded to her, and let's say my first email was, this Facebook group is killer. I've never seen a more supportive, active community filled with awesome people. You're doing great stuff. That would have been my first email. Second email is, hey, as we already went over, I noticed you're promoting this. Should I send people right to the sales page, or is there somewhere else you'd rather me send them first? That's my second email, right? And eventually she'll reply and get back. And then here's my third email. Say, listen, Kimra, I'm putting together a summit. I'm not going to go on and on about it. I'm not going to puke onto the email about her. All I'm going to say is I'm putting on a summit that is teaching this, or it's called this, and the subject is this. Now, I've already got so-and-so and so-and-so speaking. If you don't have anyone, obviously don't pretend you do. But here's the key to this email. Say, I would love for you to speak on, and pick a very specific topic. So in this case, because I complimented Kimra about the Facebook group, I would say, I would love for you to teach my viewers of the summit about how to create a Facebook group and community that's active and supportive. And because I think there's no one better to teach it than you. Let me know what you think, if you'd be interested in jumping on a quick 5-minute call, or if you're interested in more info. Again, thank you. Keep rocking. That's my whole email. I didn't go on and on. I didn't say, see attached for all the info. I didn't say any of that stuff. Chances are these people know what a summit is. They know what a telesummit is. They know what a course launch that you're doing is. They know what you're doing. So whatever you're asking them in your email, you don't need to go on and on about how amazing it is, because let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, it's going to help you having them on your summit more than it helps them. But they like to do it because it helps them give value to more people, helps them get in front of people. But here's the power of the email you just sent. You didn't just say, hey, I'm doing a summit. Can I interview you for it? Because that's general. I feel like you just sent this exact same email to 20, 30, 40, 80 other experts. But now you've complimented specifically. You've had some back and forth. So now at this point, Kimra would know I'm serious. I truly do appreciate her and believe she's awesome at what she does. Now I'm also being specific. I want you to teach this specific topic. Think about that. Now I'm telling her that I truly do value your specific information. I'm not looking, I didn't email 5 other Facebook group experts and I'm just waiting to see which ones get back to pick the best one. I'm picking you specifically to talk about this subject. Let me know if you're interested. Now, I don't have 100% success rate with doing this email for asking. I've invited people to a summit. I've invited people to talk to partner up. I've invited people to cross promote. I've done all these types of approaches. I don't have 100% success rate doing it this way, but I tell you what I do have is a 100% no rejection rate. And what I mean by that is the response is either it doesn't work at this time, but stay in touch, hit me up in the future, and maybe we can do something then. Or, hey, this doesn't really fit with what I'm doing, but you know what? You need to talk to this person. They're my go-to person. They'd fit perfectly with, I think, the audience you're going for with this. Or they'll say, you know what? Sure, let's jump on a call, or why don't you send me some details and we'll talk more about it. Those 3 responses are basically the only responses I've gotten doing this. And some of the best connections and best clients that I've had came from the referrals that happened from approaching like this. So do not underestimate the power of doing things this way, the power of approaching people this way. So that's it. That's for the 3 steps. Honestly, compliment, then provide value, and then follow up with your request, but be specific. If you follow those 3 steps, I promise you, you will get results when you start reaching out and connecting with these experts and influencers. If you're not at the stage right now where you're ready, you're just thinking in the future you might want to do it, but you're not ready to ask yet, you have an advantage. Here's what you're going to do right now. Start putting together the list of the experts you may want to connect with. Go join them on Facebook. Send them a friend request, follow their blog, start commenting on their blog posts, start commenting on their Facebook posts, join their group, be of value in their group. Because what happens is you're complimenting them all the time when you're doing these things, and they start to see your name. So if you do that even for a couple of weeks, and then you do these 3 steps, now they've seen your name, your chances of getting results go through the roof. So hopefully this has helped you. Thank you so much for putting up with my me through my little tech glitches here as I'm trying new things. But I'm going to keep trying new things. I'm going to keep testing out new things. And as I find them out, and as they work and as they don't work, I'm going to keep sharing with them with you here in the group. So thanks again for checking this out. Let me know if you have questions. Until next time, go out there and unleash your inner